Okay. Heyo everybody, Yoko Crossing Driver back with Off. I've noticed that. Sorry about the interruption. I was trying to get all this stuff set up. My tablet that I use for monitoring, I can take notes and monitoring the stream. Now I can get through. Hey yo everybody, Yoko Crafts and MacGyver back and hopefully working properly. We're back with Off by Mortis Ghost. This is one of my very favorite games. I don't know how I'm gonna get home to work. I don't know why that one wasn't working, so hopefully this one keeps working. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. And we last saw our hero, the batter. He was about to go and clean out the barn. 5 specters left in the barn. Hey, come back here. He looks like he wants a hug. He's like, come and give me a hug. He's like, hey, give me a hug. He just wants a hug. Like, from Spirited Away. Oh, he's back. I am really... Shut your trap, you poor moron. No, hey, yes. Has he been there for long? I don't know. Of course, you don't know nothing. I could have guessed. I can't remember what voice I did for him. Let me see something. Can't remember what voice I did for him. I did a pretty good voice for him. Good. I could have guessed. Sorry. He will eliminate the specters. And why does he think he's capable of destroying those stupid phantoms? He thinks he's better than you. Better than the Queen? No, I don't think so. Shut it, I haven't asked you anything. You all think you're smarter than everyone else, but you're all the same. In any case, that's hardly important. The ghost will erase that prig. You think he won't succeed? Of course not. Nobody here is capable of fighting the phantoms other than the Queen's officials, or other than the Queen's officers. If you'd only listen to me more often, you wouldn't be in so much crap. Darn it. But then who's going to destroy the phantoms? I could have done it. But you don't deserve it. Too bad for you. You'll just have to take care of your problems yourselves. No, please. I'll be leaving now. I'll be returning to Alma. At least the people there are polite. They, they ain't constantly cutting you off. Please don't. Goodbye. Piss off. No. I command you to get out of my way this instant if you want to keep your job. Hey, you. What's that person? You're alive. Yes. And the specters? Eradicated. The barn is pure now. What, you? You must be very lucky. Who was that person? That is Didon. He's the Queen's supervisor. You mean Spectre? No. The Queen doesn't employ specters. He can't be one. But he's hostile. I must destroy him. No, don't do that. He's an envoy of the Queen. You'd better go complete your work in the smoke mines. Please. Besides, he's an Alma. No one can get there without proper authorization. So please, return to the smoke mines. All right. Even today, I can't believe how young my voice is. It's half a cow. Extracting the metal boulders from the cows isn't what I prefer. But if I do my job well, maybe I'll get transferred to Alma. As soon as we extract everything from the corpse, we'll slice it up into pieces and eat the meat. It's said that the names of the metro stops correspond to the names of important people of the past. I have trouble imagining that it hasn't always been like this. Also. Something in here. I wonder if the dirtfish still jumps. Zachary! It's my buddy Zachary! What would be a good cheerful? Gotta think of a good voice for him. Because he's my favorite character in this game. The characters are starting to pile up, aren't they? Pardon? What I'm saying is that the average player doesn't need all these complicated, tedious dialogues. There should be more action and fewer questions. Who are you? I'm Zachary, the traditional items merchant. That's necessary in every video game. I always find myself in places you're going to visit before you arrive. But enough blather. I'm not one of those protagonists you need to listen to for hours. So let me see the color of your credits. Need anything in particular? I'm gonna get a bunch of tickets. There. Here's what I have at the moment. Where'd you come from? From the smoke mines. But how? What? But that's impossible. Oops. Not a single lamp works there. You can't have... Faith guides my steps. Faith? My mission is to purify the mines, but it seems that the phantoms here are particularly numerous. The specters? Where am I? Let's see. You're at the plastic administrations of Sachihara, northern part of Zone 1. Maybe I should do like a peppier voice. You're at the plastic administrations of Sachihara, the northern part of Zone 1. Takes brightest. Our work consists of filling in forms. Afterwards, we wrap them up with string and send them to the courier service. There, they ship the packages, and in return, we receive parcels full of plastic. There's a lot of liquid plastic that forms the lakes and oceans. There's also solid plastic used to make various objects. As the first of 4 elements, it's an important element. Because without plastic, the world would have no boundaries. People would walk without ever stopping. But really, you hunt specters? But you hunt specters, really? Yes, I'm purifying the zone. The specters, I know where they come from. They all come from the Postal Service. The Postal Service? That's where we send out the package forms. The problem is that nobody can remember which floor it's found on. My office is in the basement because there's no more space on the higher stories, I suppose. Should save. Hold on. Zachary. Or to the cat. I want to talk to the judge. Zounds! You again? You are decidedly everywhere. One could believe that you are following me. Nonetheless, your steps have not deceived you, for you are here in a lieu that can certainly use sacred blows from you. In a lieu that can certainly use sacred blows from your holy bat. Perhaps you are already aware of this, but it appears that the story housing postal service is overrun by ectoplasm. It would probably be wise to find the story with the intangible creatures post haste in order to dispatch them. But it could be that the task is too difficult for your narrow mind. In that case, I may be able to provide you with some service. Some help would be. Open widely your ears and listen, for I will not repeat this twice, not even in the midst of the most pathetic supplication. In one of the 4 rooms on the ground floor, all the employees seem to be trained to a particular set of instructions. Additionally, if there is a choice to be made, I would prefer the lowercase over the uppercase. That is all. What are you doing, kitty? So, will the final verdict soon be realized? Numerous employees certainly need your muscular wrist. What are you doing? What are you doing? I think he's supposed to... Okay, there we go. He's supposed to walk. Come on. Come on, kitty. I think he's just having a good time. I thought he was supposed to, leave the place, but is he still up there? No, he's still there. I thought he left the place. This is the first place. That's the place where it is. Let's see. 2, 5, 8. Floor 10258. No one. I'm the batter. Where are the phantoms? I'm very afraid. Help me. Okay. I always wondered why these things. I always thought it was like a reference to the concept of how we as people bottle up our emotions frequently, and that basically the smoke that they breathe in is basically the hard stuff they have to deal with in their day-to-day lives, but at the same time they keep themselves as calm as possible. But when push comes to shove and something pushes them too far, they can't take it any longer. Maybe his suit has taken control of his brain. Strange. First version, they are wrapped 6 feet under. first version. They are 6 feet under, wrapped in hot metal and liquid plastic. I've gone through this entire game, but second version, they are 8, and they have long beards, which is what is happening from they watch what is happening from their high silver spheres. actually pertain to version 4. Each one attributed to an element. Therefore, each one attributed to an element. They protect their respective crystals. 4. Version 5, like fingers on a fifth version 5, like fingers on a hand. Their lungs produce primordial smoke. I never remembered that part. I guess the Elsens actually they're not mining for the smoke, they're actually producing the smoke when they're working. And now I understand is that their despair is the smoke emitted from their lungs, and so then like they have to do all this stuff to keep them kind of like producing all the smoke. That's sad. Fun. That's 5. Last version. There are 2. There are but 2 in a secret zone. Last version, there are but 2 in a secret zone. But yeah, I'm gonna not spoil anything, so the access to secret lift is up from there. Did I say secret? I must pass. I really know. I think it's impossible unless you know the code. 6, 8, 1. must not pass. You shall not pass. It's Gandalf Elson. I should draw a picture of that sometime to show this Elson standing at the gate or at the elevator with this magic staff, wearing a Gandalf costume or something. Just be like, you must not pass. Maybe it's, you must not pass. I don't know. I don't want to do. I might leave a comment on Yandere Dev's account, but you know what would be really funny? If Yandere Dev actually implemented an like a batter Easter egg or something for Yandere Chan. Maybe have Electricity as the batter, and the bat basically just completely demolishes the NPCs, and then have another attack maybe with the add-ons maybe, or actually what would be even better would be I guess this would be kind of a spoiler warning or something, but most people know it, is maybe have it the bad batter setting, have it switch from regular batter to bad batter, and have the bad batters be able to bite heads, turn Yandere Chan into bad batter Yandere. To Yandere bad batter. Maybe Yandere batter and have a monster head just go out. Ooh, got one more. I'm going to Alma. It will be nice. Oh, he had a little chair he was sitting in. Director's office. Mr. Morons, piss off. This is my zone, and you ain't got the right to be here. Get out of my sight, you phantoms. You. It It is you're the source of all my troubles. The ectoplasmic lord who's been eyeing my beloved zone. What do you want? Why have you decided to be a pain in the ass? I've dedicated my whole life to this place. You've got no right to ruin it with your darn ghosts. Shove off! You're mistaken. I'm not a phantom. I am a purifier. I have come to purge the world of these ectoplasmic beings. How dare you respond? And how dare you imagine that? I just put up with this crap. Listen good, and I'll make this simple. Get out of here and take your goddamn specters with you, or I'm gonna get you. Hope that's clear enough for you. If I see you again, you're dead. If I see you again, you're gonna have a bad time. The tramway can now stop in Alma. It's like a announcer. The pacer test. Oh gosh, I was watching memes and I the pacer test memes, and when I saw them, like, seriously, that became a meme. Because in middle school, we had to do the timed the pacer test with the announcer and stuff, and we didn't have the one that they always use in the memes. We had the female one, like the English, like the woman's voice doing the pacer test. And I remember there was one friend I knew, and like, he got through the entire, like, all the levels. Like, he was like sprinting back and forth. Like, he was good at this. Like, he knew how to do it. He knew how to do the test, and he was great at it. And I remember after like the test was over and we were almost he did the test so well, yet he was just like on like a roll. Like, he wasn't missing any until like towards the very end where he's starting to get tired and stuff, but like he kept pulling through. And then everyone like cheered him on the whole time, and that was pretty cool. We all cheered him on when he was running. I can't remember his name, but you're that kid from Stoller Middle School. Let's see, like around in 2008, I think it was sometime around in 2008 or before 2008, probably like 2006 to 2008. Good job, dude. I think it was like a close friend of mine, actually, but I can't remember which one it was. Can't remember. It's been so long. Prince General has an office here, but his true house is in Alma. Oh yeah, this thing is super hard to do. Oops. These remind me of when I was in school and we had to do papers where we had to look at articles and we had to answer questions. But I was the kind of person, and to this day I'll do this, is I would look at the question and then I'd look through what they wanted us to do was highlight the important information, but being young kids, we didn't really know what they meant by important information, so most of us would just like highlight everything, just be like, everything's important because they gave it to us, so it must be important, so we highlighted it all. But yeah, I've got tons of like stories from school that are pretty funny and weird and stuff. Like, they had so many requirements to graduate my high school that it seemed like they didn't want students to actually leave or graduate. They made it look like it made it feel like they didn't want people to graduate or something. But yeah. I think one of the most frustrating years was my senior year because we had to do this Job Corps research assignment in order to graduate. It was like and it was all set up like a science fair. Like, we had to make a poster board and everything, and write a report and like add example images and stuff, and of like this job shadow. It was like an advanced version of that little small short essay they would make kids write, some kids write in grade school, of what do you want to be when you grow up, but you had to go and job shadow and fill out an essay, and it was like a reflection on it and stuff. And then like, yeah, I chose animals because I like animals. And so at the time I was doing school, like, one of my classes was work experience, and I was doing work experience at the nearby pet store. And so the teacher assistant that would always go with me took some pictures of me working, and then I wrote a paper, and I wrote a book about it, and it basically was the shortest, easiest thing, but I had a lot of help from my teachers and my family, so that was a lot of help too, so that helped me a lot, because it was really frustrating. And it was just kind of funny. It's like, it was just like, it ended up being where I didn't work in animal stuff. Like, the last job I had was at like a warehouse type job. I basically stood for 8 hours and buffed metal and made $12 an hour with lots of overtime. And it was $18 an hour. It was $18 for each overtime hour. And sometimes we'd have 45 out, like 45 out weekly, 45, we'd have to work 45 hours a week sometimes, especially when like when there was a lot of orders to be filled, or if we were like if they were all really behind on orders. And yeah, I lost that one because I couldn't keep up with the speed and pacing and stuff, but I learned a lot. But yeah, it was weird. And like, if you didn't graduate, if you didn't get your diploma, you couldn't graduate. The other ways you couldn't get your diploma was if you had late fees on books, if you had overdue books, library books from the school library, or late fees from the school library, and or any kind of due fees, any kind of school fees. And some classes, like the art classes, you'd have to pay up a fee, but that wasn't too bad. The art classes were fun. My ninth grade art teacher, or my high school art teacher, has the same exact birthday as me, which is February 19th. But he's a lot older than me. But yeah. So yeah. Yeah. But I think it reflected on the amount of 19-year-olds in my high school. Like, it just seemed like it's odd. I don't know if it's normal to have a bunch of 19-year-olds still attending high school, but that's what happened. And the amount of teen pregnancies was amazing, was shocking, and it was mostly because Teen Moms on MTV was a very popular show at the time. And last February, on my 21st birthday, I went over there to visit my teachers and say, hey, I'm 21. It's my birthday. Just saying hi and stuff because it was 21 and I wanted to like see how like my old school was. And I was standing at the door and stuff, and I'm looking at the other high school students, and I'm realizing I look 15. Because literally, if you were to like compare me to my height and weight to like a freshman in high school, I'm basically almost a freshman in high school. There were these snobby girls on the last day of my senior year when we had this like senior breakfast and stuff. I was with my other friends that were graduating and stuff. This was before graduation ceremony. And the snobby girls, they like walked up to us and they looked at me and they're like, you're not a senior? And I pulled out my student ID. I'm like, yes I am. And they just kind of were like, whatever, and they like walked away. And me and my friends enjoyed an awesome senior breakfast. But yeah, and I remember the child development class, and the child development class was that typical raw egg or bag of flour, take it home, try to keep it from breaking stuff. Well, the class we had, our teacher everyone thought was a mean teacher, but she was just more stern about people slacking off and not listening. And the thing about those kind of teachers is that they actually aren't mean. They're just having a hard time getting everyone to actually do their work sometimes. And what's even harder is that when they have substitute teachers in those classes, the substitute teachers get a lot of work ahead of them. Makes things twice as hard for them. Because it seems like most kids never listen to the substitute teachers in high school unless the teacher was like really cool and it was a frequent substitute for that class. It was like one of those substitute teachers that spoils their students when they're there and gives them free candy and stuff, but because they don't want to get chewed out by the students. But it's never good to bribe a teacher. For me, what I have learned was that I enjoyed just being nice to people. And so I made friends with a lot of my teachers. And then I noticed something. Whenever there was a student that was being disruptive around me or was picking on me and stuff, the teacher would actually notice that and call out the student for it and stuff. But back to the child development was, instead of eggs or bags of flour, we had electronic babies. And we had to do like this brain, that we had to learn the different parts of the brain and the different trimesters or the different developmental stages up to the first year of a baby and stuff, and then take tests and stuff. And it was kind of funny because like the room we were in was very crowded at the beginning, like very crowded. Like there was only like 6 chairs or 6 tables. And there was probably more than almost 20 students, or there, like it was almost like wall to wall, like the chairs were just up against each other, and like you had to kind of. It was like sitting in like a sitting coach in an airplane, almost. But all the chairs are positioned haphazardly around circular tables, so it's even more cluttered. And when the class first started, when the semester for that class started, there was kind of like an equal amount of girls and girls and boys in the class. And as the class continued on, the amount of boys in the class started to kind of like a lot of the boys that were there started to kind of disappear. Like they would basically skip the class. They would just skip the class and go off somewhere around the school. And I think occasionally there would be one of the teacher monitor, like the hall monitor teachers. It was basically like any teachers, like the PE teachers. When there wasn't any PE classes scheduled at the time, they would be in charge of monitoring the halls, and same with like the school security and some attendance officers. And they would sometimes they would either get sent to the principal's or the attendance office to get picked up by the parents for skipping, or they'd be dragged back to the class. And so I think a few times I saw a kid getting brought back to the class with a very reluctant face on him. He's like he just didn't want to be there. But anyways, instead of the eggs or the bags of flowers, we had electronic dolls. They were electronic, and then they had a wireless Bluetooth system, or this wireless internet system that would send information to the teacher's computer, like, for 3 days. And you had these for 3 days. And they were pretty advanced, like, but it was like, and they were heavy, like, they were as heavy as a real baby. And you had a real life car seat to put it in, and they wouldn't hand them out until like I think after like the first month of the class starting, because they had to do all the tests and stuff. And so around that month, even if you weren't in that class, you'd be in your classroom or something, or one of the students, there would always be a classmate that had that class and would have that doll and stuff before, even if you weren't in that class. And so you'd hear it. And so we always knew when they were trying to hand out the dolls and stuff. And I remember, I think, we had a choice. We either could do the doll simulator, or write papers for 10 different articles. We had to write 10 different articles, 10 different short essays on 10 different articles within 3 weeks. Or, not within 3 weeks, within 3 days. And most of the people who just... Some people chose the papers, and some people chose the babies. And a few of the students were couples, like... And this is where I point out the fact of 19-year-olds and stuff. There's like always, I think a few of the couples were basically the reason why there's only a few guys left was the ones that were kept, that their girlfriends made them stay in the class as like a condition for, or as like a requirement for them to do the real stuff and stuff, I guess. So it was just kind of, I'm not trying to be like mean or insensitive or something, but at that time I thought it was kind of humorous that in this class the women were in control of, and they basically overtook took the majority. They eventually took up 90% of the students, it's mostly girls. And I remember, like, all girls have that nurturing effect, and so getting a baby doll, getting an electronic doll, or a baby simulating doll with all the realistic sounds and the cries and stuff, minus the mess. We had like little wrist bracelets we had to keep on our wrists and stuff, and we had to take it with it. We were told to take it with us and stuff, like, but a few people like me, I stayed home one day because of how, and I'll get to that part later. But anyways, I remember all the girls were swooning over their babies, and the couples would be writing out the names they wanted to name them. I can't remember what I named mine. I think I named it, at the time I wanted to name my future child the space thing, and so like a planet or something. I was obsessed with Sailor Moon, so I was like Ganymede or something. But I'm gonna write this stuff down. But anyways, but yeah, all the girls were swooning over their dolls, and I thought it was pretty cool to get the doll and stuff, and it was like, and it would do all these different sounds, and you had to learn it. And I remember I got mine, and when I got it, and I was like totally on it, I was just like ready for it, like, I was like Mama Bear mode ready, and I'd just sit and I'd stare at it, like, I couldn't even focus on my other work during the other classes. Like, I was so focused on it. I was just like, as soon as it makes a sound, I'd be like, if it like grunted, I'd just be like like an owl, like hears the sound of a mouse or something. It's just like, whoop. And sometimes it would be false alarms. I went to the dentist with this, like, because I had a dentist appointment one day. I had a dentist appointment that day, and so I had that. So while they were working on my teeth and I was high as a kite on the laughing gas, surprisingly, it didn't scream the whole time. It made some sound in the lobby, but I managed to take care of it quickly and stuff. But I remember after the class, it was like during lunch or something. It was during lunchtime. I was in the hall with my friends. I was like super focused on it and stuff. And there was this one kid, and he saw it, and it's like that average kid that likes to mess around and stuff with the child development students, with the babies and stuff. And his friends were like poking. He was like poking, and his friends were like, were trying to talk him out of doing that and stuff. And he was like, no, that's fine. And he hits it. He like punches the doll in the face, and I'm like at first, like when he's like poking it, I'm like getting nervous. I'm just like kind of like, I didn't want to like I didn't want to say anything really much. I was just like, please don't do that. I really want to pass this assignment and stuff. And because basically these dolls, if you hold them wrong, if like you let the neck flop back, you'll get a bad mark. If you don't hold them when they're feeding it right, they'll get a bad mark. And if you don't take care of it if you don't meet its needs for more than 3 minutes, it'll get louder and louder and louder. And then to the point that if you miss the first sound, you don't know what it wants. So it's like a real baby. It's just like, what does it want? And it's loud. And that's why I stayed home one of the days, because I was so tired. It kept me up one of the nights. But anyways, I was like just like focused on it and stuff. I was like super protective of it, and he punched it, and it like made a crying sound, and I just like switched to. It was like that scene out of Mean Girls where they add in the animal sound effects, like the lion sound effects when she tackles the girl, and like they're fighting and there's like animal sounds and stuff. It was like almost like that. It was just like boom. I just stand right. I jump off my seat, and I just am ready to charge this kid. And I'm just like, my face is all red, and I'm just like screaming at him like, "You hit my baby! I'll get you!" But he actually gave me an apology letter, and I forgave him and stuff, because he wrote an apology letter for it, and he wrote how he didn't really mean it, and how he was just playing around, and I forgave him and stuff. And we talked to the teacher and told him what time it was when it did that and stuff. So she made it so she marked it as it not getting neglected. And I think I got 70%, 73%, and I got scolded for that. One, because I stayed home the one day, and two, because I tried to sleep through it the last night. And on the third day, all those girls that were swooning over their electronic babies, you just see them like, they look like they had just be like actual like first time mothers. Like, if you ever know someone who just has a baby, and like you check up on them and you're like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And then they're just like, and they're just like, they have this face of just complete dread. And I think the child development was a better way of convincing high school students to abstain from becoming sexually active, more than the actual health class unit. But yeah, and I just remember like the kids who didn't have to do it and stuff, like they were they I guess they got off easily. If they got the paperwork done, they were okay, like the paper assignment. But then there were some that got scolded for not completing the assignment and stuff, or people begging the teacher for extensions and stuff. But yeah. And if you were to actually and the reason why I went after the kid was because before we got the dolls, the teacher was like, now, if you're gonna get these dolls, be aware that these dolls cost $500. So if you break these, you will have to pay $500 for it. You will have to pay the replacement fee of $500. So that was the other reason why I tried to attack the kid, because it was a $500 baby, and I did not want to end up breaking something. And that's my thing, is that if I'm in charge of something, or something that could be broken easily, or if something bad happens and the end result is even worse, I am super, like, panicky for those things. I'm like, I try to prevent anything from happening to things like that. Like, I freak out if someone is taking a picture over a bridge. If I see a random stranger holding their camera up in the air and their arms are hanging over a bridge, this little voice in the back of my head is, don't drop it! Even though it's not even my camera, it's just an anxiety overprotective thing. It's like, but anyways, but yeah, it's like super protective of this $500 baby. But I was more than happy to be done with the assignment afterwards, because it was exhausting, and I slept like a baby. But afterwards, the sound sticks in your head. So when it was very quiet in my room, I would start hearing the remnants of the memory of the sound of the baby crying, of the electronic baby crying. And it was just like, and I'd have like frequent dreams of like my brain telling me, gotta go take care of the baby, gotta go take care of the baby. So yeah, the sound sticks in your mind. It like stains your mental, it stains your brain for a while, until you forget about it and stuff, or until you've gotten over the trauma. But I'm the kind of person who, when we did the Shaken Baby Syndrome Prevention in Health Class 2, the guest speaker pulled up a sound of a crying baby, and they were like, raise your hand when you can't stand the sound anymore. And I didn't even raise my hand once when I just kind of sat, and I just sat through the sound, because I grew up with a lot of cousins, and I take good care of my cousins whenever I'm at family gatherings and stuff. But even though it was an inanimate object and wasn't a real baby, I tried to keep it safe as it were a real baby. I have a habit of like watching other people's kids, even when I'm out in the community. Like, if I see this parent like not paying attention to their kid at like the library, and the kid's just like running everywhere, running towards stairs, I like instinctually like want to go and like prepare myself to catch him if he falls or something, because I wouldn't want anything happening to children, because I grew up with being like the youngest child, and then my mom did home daycare, so boys wanted to take care of kids and stuff, but under supervision, because I'd get overwhelmed quite quickly if I had to keep watch of too many at once. But I just seem to connect well with children, and actually, like, we had, when I was a little younger, I think when I was like 14, when I was like 16, I think. Um, let's see, where was I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. We had neighbors at one point. They had two girls. They were like, I think like 6 and 8, and I think I was like 14 at the time and stuff. And I just seemed to get along better with the younger kids than the kids my age because I was just more of like a quirky kid, and my autism kind of made me the odd one out for the kids. And so, like, one of the youngest of the two girls that lived next door, she would always come to our door when I was at school. She'd ring the doorbell every 5 minutes. My mom would come to the door and she'd be like, "Is she home yet?" And my mom would be like, "No, she's not home. She won't be home for another hour." I'm just like, "Is she home yet?" So yeah. And I guess it was because also the parents always knew that I was a good role model for their kids too. Anyways, but yeah, the neighborhood kids, the younger neighborhood kids would always follow me around. Same with my cousins; they would always follow me around because I always knew how to keep them occupied and stuff. And I've always like, it was kind of like a babysitter slash, like, I was kind of like almost like an unpaid babysitter slash big sister almost to my cousins, as well as like the younger neighborhood kids. And to this day I enjoy sometimes just whenever I see like a little baby on the train or bus, and they look at me or something, I'll just like wave at them, and I'll play peekaboo and stuff, and they love it, and the parents are happy. I remember one day I was on the bus and there was this girl with her father, and I think I was like folding paper, or was like folding origami, and she was to kind of keep my mind busy, and she was curious about it. I was doing something like folding paper, drawing and stuff, and she was curious about it. And I was telling her about different characters and like cartoons and stuff like that, and just before they left, the father, he kind of had his voice out. He's like, "Thank you for talking to my daughter and being so nice to her and stuff." And he explained that they were having a hard time, like their mother was sick or she had passed away or something, and his daughter was having a hard time dealing with it, and that it was, and it meant a lot to him that someone was so nice to his daughter. But yeah. Anyways, let's get on with this. Let's see. Maybe I should. I think I'll just. I can't remember the. Take too long. Okay, that's correct. Correct. My nails are all dirty. Okay. I'm here to see Didan. Didan? Yes, of course. You're here at the meat fountains of Alma, the center of the first zone. Oh, I love this place. I love Alma. It's my favorite place. Here, meat flows freely, continually filling these immense metal pools you see before you, to bottles before the fountains overflow. We deliver to all the other zones, from Zone 1 on. It's the first of 4 elements. It's an important element. Because without meat, people would have nothing to eat and would die of starvation one after another. Master Didan has an office in the center of the fountains, but nobody has ever found it. Generally speaking, Master Didan seems to only appear when necessary. Well, there. are you, anyways? I came to liberate the world of malignants. Oh, really? Well then, can you liberate me? Certainly! Perhaps it will get better now. Technically, I'm kind of freeing those poor guys. Hello, in good shape. Perhaps you have some spare credits. Please let me work. Darn it. I've never been ill. I'll go over here and just, so how long has this video been going? It's been an hour, so, let's see. I think I'll keep going until I get to the boss. Four, 9, 8. to be burned. Well, crap. Guess I don't need to worry about that. Hello? I don't want to be a phantom. What's happening to me? Okay, gotta clear out these guys. If I'm not working, who's going to? Who's going to? Four, 9, 8, 2, 5. 9, 8, 2, 5, 6. 4, 9, 8, 2, 5, 6. this game, I thought there was like a choice to... I wish you a good day, omnipresent comrade. You'll soon be able to admire all the apples and ultramarine landscapes of this area. You seem bewildered by the unique architecture of this place. If that is the case, you should learn to concentrate. In order to not be misled while choosing the opportunities of each corner of the maze, you had better remain and ponder a little. Remain and ponder a little while longer before crossing one of these trapdoors next time, young drunkard. Pretty much, if you just do this, I think, from what I remember, was you just do this. Okay, so it's exactly 9 o'clock, we're almost 9 o'clock, and so next time we're going to go and see Dee-Don. We're in Dee-Don's castle, Dee-Don's home. So next time we play, next time on, let's see, next time on the Night Owl, we're going to confront Dee-Don. Thanks for watching. I'm Yoko Crafts and MacGyver, saying you can't spell fun without Schadenfreude. Bye-bye.